All right, guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about how to do a synthesis of sources in your paper. So this is the way that you can get a 4 on evidence in your essay. So make sure that you have all the criteria that you need to get a 3, and then you'll be doing this to go for a 4. Now, this is a really hard skill. This is something I didn't learn how to do until college. So if it's kind of confusing to you, don't worry. You can totally ask for help because it is really confusing. So this is when you combine your sources together in a paragraph and have them talk to each other. Um, Even if they don't actually mention each other in writing. So you're saying what they would say to each other if they were like in the same room. So here's an example. So my claim, if you watched any of my videos, you know that I'm writing about animal testing. So my claim is that animal testing should be replaced with human tissue and computer model testing because this alternative is not cruel and will still allow for medical advancements. So that's an example of a problem solution claim. My two sources that I have here are from Cruelty Free International and Kara Rogers, who is a PhD. She has her PhD in pharmacology and toxicology. And both of these just say, you can read them if you want. Both of these just say that there are alternatives that we can use human tissue and that we can also use computer models. So basically, what I'm saying in my claim, but they're just backing it up. So, what I'm going to do with these two is I'm going to make them talk to each other. So, let me read you my example. This would be in my paragraph. This would go in place of like an example sentence, and you'll see it's several sentences, so it's going to make my paragraph a little bit longer than the standard paragraph, and that's okay. Both animal rights groups, Cruelty Free International and Pharmacology PhD Kara Rogers, agree that there are alternatives to animal testing. CFI discusses human brains being used after a person has passed away to make important discoveries about diseases, while Rogers has found that using computer tests in human tissues can be more accurate than animal testing. Both sources would agree that animal testing should be replaced with a combination of human tissue tests and computer model tests. So the first and last sentences there are really where I'm doing that synthesis of sources, where I'm just saying, hey, my source 1 and my source 2 agree with each other. My in between sentences 2 and 3 are just me kind of giving a little bit of background information. So it is kind of hard to do, especially if the sources aren't saying like exactly the same thing. So make sure that you pick that you actually pick sources that either agree with each other or two that completely disagree with each other. So you do need to read your sources very closely to figure out what to say. So you can try this in one of your paragraphs. It doesn't have to be in all your paragraphs to get that 4. It only has to show up once in your essays to get the credit for it. Okay, if you have any questions, just ask for help, you guys. Thanks.